Hello friends, now this would be our last lecture on material cost variance. Those who are following the lecture, my humble request is just go to the lecture 1, which is standard costing part 1, understand the way I have solved the sum, and then you can follow the second sum which I am doing today. It's a quite tricky sum, so let's start with the sum. Vinayak Limited produces an article by blending two basic raw materials. It operates a standard costing system, and the following standards have been set for raw materials. Material A, B, standard mix is 40 and 60%. The standard price is 4 and 3. The standard loss in processing is 15%. During April 2014, the company produced 1700 kg of finished output. The position of stock and purchase for the month of April 14 is as under. Material A and B, they have given us opening stock, they have given us closing stock, they have given us purchases, and they have given us cost of purchase. Calculate the following variances: material price variance, material usage variance, material yield variance. So here they have specifically mentioned that we have to calculate material yield variance, then material mix variance, and total material cost variance. Now what you need to remember in this is there is a standard loss in processing which is 15%. So I'm doing with the sum. So the working note 1 is to find the mix. Let us assume the input is 100 kg. Then there is a normal loss of 15%. So 15 kg would be the normal loss. So the output would be is 85 kg. So this we need to do. Now I shall read the question further. Okay, the standard loss in processing is 15%. During April 14, the company produced 1700 kg of finished output. Okay, so 1700 kg of output. So 1700 kg of output is produced in actuals. We need to find the standard input, which will take it as X. So we are going to cross multiply 100. We are going to multiply with 1700, and then we are going to divide it by 85. So I'm doing the working here. 100 we have to multiply by 1700, and then we have to divide by 85. This is going to give us X. 100 into 1700 divide by 85, so 2000. So the X is 2000. So 2000 is X. Now I'm rubbing this part. Now this 2000 standard input is A and B divided into two materials. So the A is having 40% share and B is having 60% share. Okay, so A is having a 40% share, B is having a 60% share. So 2000 into 40%, I think it's 800 kg, and the remaining would be 1200 kg. This is our standard mix. So we have done with the working note 1. We have found out the standard mix. So now I have to read further. Now they have given us the opening stock of raw material, they have given us the closing stock of raw material, they have given us the purchase of raw material. So what I need to do is I need to find the consumption of raw material. Okay, so I'm moving to working note 2, and working note 2 is going to be the consumption of raw material. If you have followed the lecture 1, I have said in the lecture 1 itself that what we need to find is consumption of raw material. So we need to find the consumption, and there are two materials, A and B. So this is an opening stock of raw material. Then we have a purchase of raw material. Purchase of raw material. This is the raw material available for consumption. Then we have to subtract the closing stock of raw material. This is the raw material which is unconsumed, that is lying in the stock. And finally we have the raw material consumed. So yes, we need to find this. So we need to find the raw material actually consumed. So I'm reading the question. For opening stock we have 35 kg of A and 40 kg of B. Okay, so 35 kg of A, 40 kg of B. Then closing stock we have 5 and 50. Okay, so closing stock it is 5 and 50. Okay, we have purchase 800 and 1200. So this is 800 and this is 1200. So now what we need to do is, this is 835, this is 1240, and finally we are going to subtract. So this will be 830. Okay, 1240 minus 50 is going to give me 1190. Okay, so we have done with the working note 2. We have found the consumption of raw material. Now we need to go to working note 3. So working note 3 is the consumption of raw material. The consumption of raw material, which is A and B, is going to divide into two parts. One is the opening stock and the other part is the current year purchase. So similarly B I am writing far away. B is going to have two parts. B is going to have two parts. One is the opening stock, and then we have the current year purchase. Now you would be worrying about that why I have divided the consumption into two parts. Remember friends, opening stock, it means this raw material you have purchased last year. It means the price would be different to last year. And current year purchase is the price of the current year. So there might be a price difference. So we need to divide the consumption into two parts. One is the opening stock and other is the current year purchase. So I know the current year purchase. I have paid 300-400 rupees for buying 800 kg. Okay, so I have spent 300-400 rupees to purchase 800 kg. That means per kg how much I have bought it. Divide. So 4.25 is the cost of the current year purchase. What about opening stock? Opening stock, they have not given us any rate. So in the absence of rate, the opening stock price should be taken as the standard price. The standard price is 4 per kg. So yes, this I will take it as 4 per kg. In my first lecture I have already mentioned that the standard is being made keeping in mind the real market conditions. So we have to take the opening stock price as a standard price, which is 4. This is the price which would have been prevailing last year. So this is our assumption, and this you should assume it. Now similarly we have to do for B. I have bought 3000, I have bought 1200 kg for 3000 rupees. Okay, so 3000 I have spent, and with this I have bought 1200 kg. So 3000 divided by 1200 is going to give me 2.5. And for B I need to know the standard price, which is 3. Okay, standard price is 3. So what I have done is that I have divided the consumption into opening stock and current year purchase. Similarly for B also, it's opening stock and current year purchase. Okay, I don't have any option but to scroll down. Now we are moving to the main sum. We need to prepare a standard and we need to prepare actuals. Actually we have manufactured 1700 kg of output, and the standard is also of 1700 kg. Then we have quantity, we have rate, we have amount. Here also quantity, rate, amount. Then there is one material A, there is another material B. Here also A, but divided into opening stock and current purchase. Opening stock and current purchase. B is also divided into opening stock and current purchase. So I need to go forward. How much is the standard mix? So we have got the standard mix 800 kg and 1200 kg. This much is the input which we put, and we get an output of 1700 kg. This is as per the standard. So we have a standard mix of 800 and 1200. Okay, so 800, 1200, the total is 2000. Okay, now what I'll do, get the rate. Okay, rate I can get it from the question. The rate is 4 and 3. Okay, so 4 and 3, 8 4s are 32, 3 200, this is 3 600, this is 6800. Okay, opening stock we need to get it. How much is the opening stock? Okay, opening stock quantity I need. So we have the opening stock quantity 35 and 40. So I'm going to write 35 and 40, and then we have to get the current purchase. So we are aware of our consumption. The consumption for A is, okay, consumption for A is, the consumption for A is 830 and 1190. Okay, so this is 830, this is 1190. So 35 kg is opening stock. We are going to do is by FIFO. The assumption is FIFO. Okay, first in first out. Weighted average method is not allowed in standard costing, so you have to do this method only. So out of 830, consumption 35 kg was of last year, so this year I have purchased 795. Okay, 1190 out of this 40 was of last year, so this year I have purchased 1150. Yes, we have done this. Then we are ready with our price. The opening stock is valued at 4 and the current year purchase is valued at 4.25. So 35 into 4 is going to give me 140, and 795 into 4.25 is going to give me 3378.75. Okay, here we have 3 rupees and 2.5 to 3 and 2.5. Okay, so this will be 120. 1150 into 2.5 is going to give me 2875. Then we are going to get the total. So I'm going to add everything here. All these things are going to be added. So it's 140 plus 3378.75 plus 120 plus 2875. So I'm going to get 6513.75. So yes, we are done with. So now we are going to start the material cost variance. So it is standard cost minus the actual cost. So the standard cost is 6800 and the actual cost is 6513.75. 6800 minus 6513.75 is giving me 286.25. My actual cost is less than the standard, it means it is favorable. So material cost variance is going to divide into two parts: material usage variance and material price variance. So this is standard quantity minus the actual quantity, and we have to multiply with the standard price. So for A and B we are doing it. So 800 minus 830. So 800 minus 830, and here it would be 1200 minus 1190. 1200 minus 1190, and this I will multiply by the standard price. Those who are not following, kindly go through the first lecture. Standard price is 4 and 3. 4 and 3. So 30 into 4 is 120. I should have consumed 800, but I have consumed more, 830. It means this is adverse. 1200 1190 into 3, 30. I should have consumed 1200s, but I have consumed 1190. It means I have consumed less, so this is favorable, and the net is 90 adverse. Okay, then here is standard price minus the actual price into the actual quantity you have purchased. So for A we are doing it. How much is the standard price? 4 minus 4 into 35. So for opening stock it is 4 minus 4 into 35, which will give me nil variance. And for the current year purchase, it would be 4 minus 4.25 into 795. Okay, 4 minus 4.25 into 795. So 0.25 into 795 is going to give me 198.75. 4 rupees, I have bought 4 rupees 25 paisa, means I have bought at higher price, so this is adverse. Okay, for B also we have to go through the opening stock. 3 minus 3 into 40. So 3 minus 3 into 40 will give me nil variance. For purchase, what we need to do is 3 minus 2.5 into 1150. Okay, 3 minus 2.5 into 1150. So 0.50 into 1150 is going to give me 575. I've purchased, instead of purchasing at 3, I've purchased at 2.5, so this is favorable. And what is the net effect? This and this together. So favorable minus adverse, 575 minus 198.75 is going to give me 376.25 favorable. Okay, I'm going to reconcile here. So this is 90 adverse, this one, this is 376.25 favorable. So I'll subtract 376.25 minus 90. So I'm going to get 286.25 favorable. I think this should tally. 286.25 favorable. Yes, 286.25 favorable. So we are done with this part. Now material usage variance is 90 adverse. So 90 adverse, I'm keeping it here. So we're going to subtract it. We are going to find it further. I'm rubbing this part. Those who are not following how to calculate the variance, kindly go to the lecture 1. Try to understand it. Otherwise, you have no option but to learn the formulas and go. Okay. So now we have the material usage variance, which is 90 adverse. So I'm going to divide into two parts. This time I'm going to also teach yield variance. So first we are going to do our normal material sub-usage variance. Remember the first lecture, take the total consumption. Take the total consumption, just this much. How much is the total consumption? 2000. And here it is 2020. Okay. So 2000 minus 2020. And this you have to multiply by the standard price per kg. Standard price per kg is 6800. If I divide by 2000 kg, 6800 if I divide by 2000 kg, I'm going to get per kg. So 20 multiply by 6800 divided by 2000 is 3.4. So 20 into 3.4 is going to give me 68. It means I should have consumed 2000 kg, but I've consumed 2020, so I've consumed more, so this is adverse. Now what we are doing is material mix variance. Remember the formula, me minus myself. So I'm going to do that. So we are going to highlight something. So take this, take this, take this, and get me, and get me, and this part is myself, this part is myself. So I'm going to find me. 800 multiply by 2020 divide by 2000. Okay, 800 into 2020 divide by 2000 is going to give me 808. Those who are not able to follow, please go through the lecture 1. Now the second part is again this. I'm changing the color. This is 1200, this is 2000, this is 2020. Okay, so 1200 multiply by 2020 and divide by 2000. So 1200 into 2020 divide by 2000, it's 1212. So 1212. Okay, so me is for A and B. So how much is me? 808 and myself 830. Okay, so 808 minus 830, and here how much it is? 1212 minus 1190. 1212 minus 1190. This you have to multiply by the standard price. So how much is the standard price? 4 and 3. Okay, so 4 and 3. So 808 minus 830 into 4 is going to give me 88. So I have, instead of consuming 808, I have consumed more, so this is adverse. 1212 minus 1190 into 3, that is 66. Instead of consuming 1200, I have consumed 1100, so good, favorable. So 88 adverse minus 66 favorable is going to give me 22 adverse. So I'm going to reconcile it. 68 adverse plus 22 adverse is giving me 68 plus 22 is giving me 90 adverse. Is it matching? Yes, it is matching. Now friends, we are on the last part, and I've told you that the sub usage variance and the yield variance are one and the same. It means if the answer of sub usage is 68 adverse, okay, so the answer of yield is also 68 adverse, but we need to find the yield variance. So I'm going to do material yield variance. Here also I have not changed my trick. It is me minus myself. Just remember, it is relating to output. Just remember this much. So my input and my output. So how much is my input? My input is 2000 kg, my output is 1700 kg. So my input is 2000 kg, my output is 1700 kg. Then my input is 2020 kg, 2000 2000 and sorry 2020 kg, and how much should be my output. Remember this: input and output, input and output. So I'm going to cross multiply 2020 into 1700 divided by 2000. So I'm going to get 1717 kg. We are done with it. This is me, this is myself, both are output. Only this much you need to remember. Now me minus myself and multiply by the standard price per kg of output. Only this much you need to remember. So me is 1717, myself is 1700. If you have gone through the first lecture, me we used to find. Here also we are going to find into the standard price per kg of output. The standard price per kg of output. So where it is, standard price is together. Standard price is 6800 and the actual output is 1700. You can also take this because standard is equal to the actual output. So remember, the mistake which is done is students divide 6800 with 2000, which is wrong because you are dividing with input. For yield variance you have to divide with the output. Only remember this much. So 6800 you have to divide by 1700. So 6800 you have to divide by 1700. Remember, this is output. So this is 17 into 6800 divided by 1700. I will get 4. 17 into 4 is going to give me 68, and see, this is adverse. Why it is adverse, I'll tell you all. In actual, that is in real, you are making 1700 kg, but the yield variance says that you should have made 17 kg. It means as per the yield variance you have made 17 kg less. That's why it is giving you a adverse variance. I hope those who have gone through the sum and those who might be finding it difficult, just go through the lecture 1. This is the end of material cost variance. Thank you.